a lot juicier than Downton Abbey, the real-life family drama behind new Netflix show House of Guinness. The latest show from Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight tells the thrilling story of brewing dynasty the Guinnesses, and was devised by Guinness descendant Ivana Lowell, laying bare her ancestors' rivalries, scandals, secrets, and tragedies. Ivana Lowell was in Ireland for a family gathering at Castletown, the Palladian mansion restored by her cousin Desmond Guinness in County Kildare, when inspiration struck. She and others were watching, in a desultory way, an episode of Downton Abbey on television. The sight of the fictional Crawleys throwing polite barbs at each other across the dining table made Lowell realize something. Our family history was a lot juicier and more interesting than this. Plus, it was all true, she tells the BBC from her airy East Hampton dining room. When she returned home to Long Island in New York, she sat down and wrote a 20-page television treatment, a dramatic retelling of the triumphs and travails of her clan, descendants of Arthur Guinness, born 1725, who first brewed the famous Irish stout beer which now sells over 10 million glasses a day around the world. Fast forward a decade, and Lowell's concept has been brought to life by the acclaimed TV writer and director Stephen Knight, best known for Peaky Blinders. 8 episodes of House of Guinness will drop on Netflix on 25 September, with a prominent call-out in the credits, based on an idea by Ivana Lowell. Lowell, whose mother was the novelist Lady Caroline Blackwood, and whose grandmother, Maureen, Marchioness and Bethorin and Ava, was one of the trio of Golden Guinness girls, well known in British high society in the 1920s, concedes that the epic story wasn't a simple one to tell. It sprawls over 6 generations and involves remarkable commercial success, a rich philanthropic legacy, plus political intriguing, along with numerous family rivalries, scandals, secrets, and tragedies. She began her treatment by addressing the mythical origin story of Guinness Dark Stout as an accidental burning of the hops. In truth, founder Arthur most likely landed upon with his winning stout formula deliberately, allowing darker malt beer to mature in wooden vats, deepening its flavor. For the TV series, Knight plucked from Lowell's storyline a later kickoff point, the death of Benjamin Guinness, the founder's grandson, who died in 1868, leaving behind 4 children. He'd built the brewery established by Arthur at St. James Gate in Dublin into one of the largest in the world, and the Guinness family counted among Ireland's wealthiest citizens. The plot will remind some viewers of Succession, the HBO hit loosely based on media mogul Rupert Murdoch's relationship with his 4 oldest children. As in that tale, wealthy progeny jockey amongst themselves, but in House of Guinness, the heirs must cope with the posthumous wishes of their patriarch, plus conditions in 19th century Ireland, a vocal temperance movement and political tumult fueled by the dominance of the prosperous Protestant elite to which the family belonged over the impoverished Catholic majority. They were all so young, and their father left them both huge responsibility and a huge legacy, Lowell says of her 4 main characters. Each was forced to find a path. As a woman, Anne, the sole daughter, inherited only a nominal amount, but committed herself to tapping family funds to improve the lives of the poor and sick in Dublin and elsewhere in Ireland. Son Benjamin was also denied a large fortune, regarded by the elder Benjamin as a drunk, too weak to lead the family. Eldest son Arthur expected that the role to be given to him, and that he'd enjoy a free hand with his controlling interest in the brewery, only to learn at the reading of his father's will that he would be compelled to share ownership with his clever but dour brother Edward. The complicated partnership of these 2 brothers, opposites, yoked together and frequently resentful of one another, forms the dramatic heart of House of Guinness. Just as Stephen Knight had been inspired to make Peaky Blinders by his parents' stories of their childhoods in gang-ridden Birmingham, Knight discovered the creative wellspring required to undertake House of Guinness after speaking with Lowell. Ivana is an absolute mine of information and untold stories about the family going back years, he says in the press notes for the show. Meeting her was the best bit of research imaginable, because you didn't just get the stories, you got the family confidence and the spirit and the slight madness. I was hooked.